we speak, the CS for Education, that is CS Magoha, he is giving a brief on the status of the ongoing KCSE examinations, and let's listen in.
We are very happy that credible examinations are being delivered countrywide. Our monitoring has spread across the country, involving a large number of people from all sectors of government. The process owner is His Excellency the President, Kenyatta. I'm just doing this as a delegated duty, so the positive credit has to go to him because of his wise leadership. I must report that as much as we celebrate the success of this examination, there are still a few challenges that we have recorded, and the very first one, which is very disturbing, and perhaps we are already aware, that the cartel of cheats have gone a step further, and in private centers, among one of the private centers in KCSE, we had the mischief of altering even the album with the photographs of the learners, to the extent that we were ordinarily, an invigilator will not know that there is an imposter, because they put the image of the person who is an imposter on the table. So you look at this person and you see it is the same person. Some of these are university students. They were being paid about 40,000 shillings to do the job. In this particular center, they registered 103 candidates, and after the 11 were arrested, the following day, a total of 30 altogether, or a total of 33 altogether disappeared. So you can see the extent of that malice. The other problem that we have had, ladies and gentlemen, is because, you know, the body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and therefore must be respected. But if you don't respect your body, nobody will respect it for you. We have had situations where phones are placed in places where normally, if you are going to frisk somebody gently, you will not be able to find them. So you have to be more aggressive. When you put a phone directly in between your legs, and then afterwards you wear a buibui, or you put it under your pants, then you need a very aggressive person to identify that phone. And it is very, very unfortunate indeed. The biggest incident was here in Nairobi, where a total of 35 cell phones were found from learners in one center. Another, the center is St. Teresa's Boys. It is a government school, but there were 153 private students taking an exam there. Therefore, the government will have to relook at the concept of the private students taking exams without a lot of scrutiny. We must look at this. In Wajir, there is a school that, again, we recovered a large number of phones from students, and action is being taken as those phones have been forwarded to the government agencies to find out precisely what was in them. Again, in another school in Wajir, today, during the chemistry practical, one teacher wrote the results on the blackboard. This is a lot of mischief, and I think we are going to deal with them as is required. Ladies and gentlemen, we have replaced about 10 examination officials, which in my view is a very small number compared to last year. And going forward, I want to first of all thank everybody, starting with our gallant teachers who have carried out this process with the utmost dignity and professionalism. The majority of them have gone beyond the call of duty to ensure that we have credible examination. But I would want to say that perhaps on the frisking they should be very, very firm, because there used to be some people saying chiefs should not go to school, but in Nairobi here, it is a chief who was bold enough, a Muslim chief who was bold enough to recover the phones from between the legs of the learners. Since the president directed us to deliver as one government, the chiefs are most welcome to protect our children to do exams. So I want to thank that chief and also to assure him that I will intercede on her behalf so that she can be considered for promotion with the president's permission. And also to send a very strong message that there is a price for being truthful and patriotic. The next group I want to thank are the police service. Nearly all of them are super, and in fact, in the situation in KCSE, it took the two constables to have a hawk eye to see that this person that is sitting here is too old and perhaps could not have been in this classroom, and we didn't hear about it. So they now went to the investigative approach, and those two constables, I will again ask His Excellency the President to allow us to promote them on merit. So it sent a good message to the public that it is better to say the truth rather than anything else. We have kept saying that there are hotspots. You have now had Wajir, you have had Migori, you have had Homa Bay, and KCSE. Nobody wants to stigmatize anybody, but these are facts of life. And as I'm talking to you, we have officers on the ground, and there are still a few people who are bold enough to try their very best to continue the cheating. But my warning is that I'm kindly telling our children who can hear my message that they should trust the government led by His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and I am his handyman. My most humble self is his handyman. They should trust what is coming from my mouth. When you get information from a school that somebody has been collecting money and sending, and you see some of the children are distressed because they have not seen the results, and they can't get the paper. Good news for us in government, meaning that the issue of leakage is gone. It is done with. But the metamorphosis of new systems which are coming, I think it's important for you people to know. The third group I want to thank as I talk about the various disciplinary actions are the other agencies of government, some of whom you don't see. The government has capacity to ensure that every child in this republic is being given justice, so that you've just been to the hall there. What was your opinion? Don't you see our gallant girls doing experiments? That is enough. The results doesn't matter. The process that they have been trained by Mrs. Rukunga, and they are able to perform those experiments. Earlier on, I went to my old school at Starehe Boys Center, and I saw exactly the same image. That is what we must do. And whatever the children give us as a result, we shall definitely accept and move